For many years now, it seemed like Nicola Sturgeon's SNP is invincible. That despite its unrelenting focus on Scottish independence above all else, like the drugs crisis, the education crisis, the healthcare crisis, the budget deficit crisis, I could go on, but I'm sure you get the point. It seemed like nothing could stop Nicola Sturgeon winning massive majorities at Holyrood and eventually leading Scotland out of the world's most successful political and economic union. But this story could actually end Nicola Sturgeon's political career. Alex Salmond, the former leader of the Scottish National Party and First Minister of Scotland, and a stalwart of the Scottish national movement, has launched a scathing personal attack on Nicola Sturgeon, according to the Times in Scotland. Salmond has described Sturgeon's testimony to an inquiry into sexual assault claims made against him as simply untrue. In his submission to the same inquiry, he accuses Sturgeon of misleading the Scottish Parliament and breaking the ministerial code. If that's proven to be true, her political career is done. Salmond accuses Sturgeon of a failure to inform the civil service of meetings with him in good time and allowing the Scottish Government to go and take on a legal challenge against him, despite having legal advice that it would fail. The pair used to be really quite close, but this really does signal an end and a complete collapse in the relationship between the former leader of the party until 2014. Some are suggesting that the SNP itself could be about to split in two. And Nicola Sturgeon entirely rejected Mr. Salmond's claims that she has broken the ministerial code and has repeatedly dismissed any notion of a conspiracy against Salmond, accusing Salmond of trying to divert focus from complaints by women about Alex Salmond's behaviour whilst he was First Minister. In January 2019, the Scottish Government admitted in the Court of Session, that its investigation of Mr. Salmond had been unlawful, unfair and tainted by apparent bias. Mr. Salmond was awarded £512,000 in costs. The Times reports that after the judgment, Sturgeon told MSPs that she became aware of the government's investigation of the allegations against Mr. Salmond when he told her at a meeting in her Glasgow home on April 2nd, 2018. It then emerged that she, according to the Times, that she met Salmond's former chief of staff in her office on March 29th, 2018. So who knows how this will all turn out, but put it this way, it's bumpy times ahead for Scotland's First Minister ahead of elections at Holyrood later this year, and who knows what's going to come out of this inquiry. A bit of infighting between two factions of the Scottish National Party, maybe, just maybe, will actually have the Scottish people end up getting a government that actually wants to deal with the drugs crisis, the education crisis, the healthcare crisis, the budget deficit crisis, before advocating a dash for so-called independence that would see Scotland leave the UK only to hand its decision-making powers over to Brussels. I'm Darren Grimes for Reasoned UK. Reasoned relies upon grassroots donations from people like yourself that want us to continue producing our high quality, free thinking content. So please do consider clicking the link and donating, no matter how big, no matter how small, because it really does ensure that we can keep on keeping on.